Word, son. What do you do, YouTube? It's your boy Jay Divine. All right, man. Before we get into this video, make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. But without further ado, let's get up into it. All right, man. So this year I wasn't able to get into the Madden 22 beta for the PS5 or Series X, whatever console you play. I wasn't able to get into it this year. I couldn't do my little workaround where basically I would get a code and hit up EA Help and give me a new one. I couldn't do that this year, unfortunately. And I wasn't about to go scavenging for or trying to scavenge a scavenge for a I'm trying to find new big words to use, woohoo. But yeah, so I couldn't scavenge a code from anywhere, and I wasn't about to be hawking Twitter like that. So I was just like, if I get a code, I get one. If not, then it is what it is. But fortunately somebody had uploaded some Madden 22 beta content, and I'm not going to put the gentleman's name out there. All I will say is thank you, because I have insight on what Madden 22 would be for the final product. And I'm not gonna put his business out there. I'm not gonna put a link out there. I'm not gonna bring any light to his channel on this video. You know what I'm saying? All I gotta say is, when you see it, I highly recommend that you download it, because it's against the rules for EA. It's against the rules if you upload any footage of that beta. So you can get into big trouble behind that, But apparently this man didn't care. So shout out to him. He the real MVP, He took the bullet from somebody, or a lot of people. But yeah, so if you see that video, I highly recommend y'all go download that, because I'm about to do that right after I get through recording this video. But I say all that to say, Madden 22 is going to be a carbon copy of Madden 21. Now, before the two people that normally come in here and dislike this video like on a regular basis, here's my thing. I'm so tired of people saying, oh, it's just the beta. It's just the beta. The final product is going to be different. People have said that year and year and year and year again. The years that they were doing the betas for Madden, I saw no difference. I legit saw no difference other than like the AI logic. Other than that, it's legit the same thing. Whatever you play in that beta, you're going to get it in the final product. Like I said, there's going to be some tweaks to the AI intelligence here and there, but as far as I'm concerned, it's the same game. It's going to be the same game. The only difference is they're going to have some of the NCAA features, like the crowd being too loud, or some of the stadium perks that you get when you're home. Whether the stadium will be too loud, whether your guys will take a drain to stamina, or just little small little arcade-ish like things that will that'll add to their little momentum bar, or whatever it is that they started doing. To be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of that. Or some people probably say, well, Jay Divine, you're not a big fan of anything that Madden does. You're always a hater. Look, man, I'm not complacent in what they do, because every time they add something else always gets untouched, and it still becomes a problem later on. So like I said, I went back and I watched all of that, all of the footage he did. It was like maybe 30 minutes of it. It's pretty good lengthy content. Now, I'm not really too much worried about the guy who was playing it. I'm just looking to see like what all is different. And honestly, nothing's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, from what I see, it's just 21, but with just maybe a little bit of a facelift and that little momentum bar at the top. You know what I'm saying? And back to that momentum bar thing, I want to touch back on that real quick. Each stadium is supposed to have like some sort of like quirk to it. Like, I think like I don't know if it's Mile High, or it's one of the stadiums where your team, the away team, will take a slight stamina drain from because of how the arena is, or whatever, the altitude or something like that. I forget. But these things are like, they're like little quirks, but at the same exact time, it'll get to a point where it's like, it's going to have to be tweaked. Like, I can see an update coming out now to where they're going to have to tweak one of these quirks for the stadiums because of how OP it can be. If this makes its way to Ultimate Team, you might as well kiss Ultimate Team goodbye, because there's going to be so many players that are going to pick a stadium, because that's going to help them in the long run with, let's just say, stamina drains quicker, or wide receivers aren't catching passes like they used to, or whatever goofy quirk that they have for a stadium, they're going to pick that as their stadium for Ultimate Team. That's just what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's good and bad, but I see more bad coming out of it than good anyway. So that's a little sidebar. But back to the gameplay for Madden 22, the beta that I watched. Like I said, if you stumble across it, download that video, because there's no telling how long it's going to be up before somebody finally takes it down, or before he takes it down. So if you see it, download it. But yeah, back to the beta. Like I said, man, there's nothing really to be like wowed about. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be the same thing. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about it this year. I could care less about it this year, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not amazed enough, or I'm not impressed, or I'm not convinced. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not convinced that this is going to be better than the last one. Why? Because there's a momentum bar up there that's supposed to add to the team being able to play against the team. Like, come on, man. Like that's not it. The next gen stats, I could care less about that. I mean, players are supposed to be more in depth and zoning, man. But how long is that going to take before you start seeing that wear off, and then you see them relapse back into their old ways when they play man and zone, where they're absent-minded or they're going to be on point? How long is it going to be before we start seeing that happen all over again? You know what I'm saying? It's like they're trying to pull what's they say? They're trying to pull wool over our eyes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fam, I could care less about what they added in, and what I'm trying to see is, like, has the game been cohesive? You know what I'm saying? It's funny how each year, let's say 2K basketball, for example, right? It's funny how each year, let's start from 14, right? We're not talking about like graphical advances, but we're talking about how the game mechanically will improve. So let's start in 2K14. 2K14, that was a great start, you know what I'm saying, for being on PS4, for next gen at that time. Then you got 2K15, that was an upgrade. 16, that was an upgrade. 17, upgrade. 18, upgrade, even though we hated 18. 19, upgrade. 20, upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not graphically wise, but somewhere there has been like some kind of change. Madden, I don't get that. I don't see changes with Madden. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd say from maybe maybe 19 and on, there has never been a change from Madden. Even going over the next gen, there has been a change. The same legacy issues still apply, that now that they have more firepower to actually fix it, there's been no change. There hasn't been any kind of a fix. You know what I'm saying? So I'll wrap all this up. I say all that to say, Madden 22, wherever you played in that beta, is going to be the same thing when it drops. Shut up with all that talk about, oh, it's a beta. Why would you judge a beta? It's not even a full game out, yada, yada, yada. Shut up, because every year they've said the same thing about each beta, and then when the full product comes out, it's the same exact thing. The same thing. All right, so like I said, man, Madden 22 is going to be a carbon copy of Madden 21 with just a few extra things added. The few NCAA features that they added on to trying to bring it back is new. We all know, if you played Madden NCAA, you know what it is. I mean, I don't know what else is there to say, but what y'all think in the comment section down below? Let me know, man. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you do know how I do. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Devon, and I'm signing out. Peace.